Like,
It might be out here 6:30 though.
well, it's showtime.
Yes, it's time for First Stop News. We're talking the rise of the Labubu.
And we got a sneak peek from the people behind the next Snoopy movie.
And a fashion icon is stepping down from her current role, but first, some other headlines. China just hosted the first annual Humanoid robot games in Beijing. For 3 days, robots showed off their abilities across 26 sports and skills like soccer and gymnastics, even boxing and martial arts. 500 robots competed across 280 teams from 16 countries. That is a lot of robots. The event showed off how advanced today's humanoids have become. This gold medal winner ran the 100-meter sprint in just over 33 seconds, and I must say, I can still beat that. But from a fast run to a fast-moving storm, Hurricane Erin. It's one of the fastest strengthening storms in the Atlantic's history. In just over 27 hours, it went from a Category 1 to a Category 5 hurricane, but has been downgraded since the start of the week. It's pretty much stayed over water, which is good, but it has caused dangerous rip currents and heavy rains along almost 400 miles of East Coast beaches. The storm is expected to fully pass by the end of the weekend, but check out what makes a storm a hurricane here. And finally, some news from DC. Following Trump's meeting with Russia's President Vladimir Putin, President Trump met with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in DC earlier this week. These meetings were meant to help end Russia's war on Ukraine, which has been going on for more than 3 years. The White House gathering with other European leaders focused on future, quote, security guarantees for Ukraine. Trump also said he called Putin while Zelenskyy was in town to set up a meeting between the two leaders, but no date or location has been set for that.
Heard of the magazine Vogue? What about its editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour? She's possibly the most famous name in fashion, and she's announced she is stepping down as editor-in-chief after 37 years. Her departure is the end of an era at the fashion magazine, which has helped define trends in pop culture. Born in London, she started her career in fashion journalism in 1970, and almost 2 decades later, she was named editor-in-chief of Vogue. In 1988, for her first issue, she put a model on the cover wearing, wait for it, jeans. It was the first time a cover model was ever wearing denim, something so casual. And in 1989, the singer Madonna became the first ever celebrity featured on the cover. She broke more ground with the Met Gala, the fundraiser every spring where celebrities wear crazy outfits. Wintour has co-chaired the event since 1995 and is the reason it's become so popular. She's famous for her signature bob haircut, black sunglasses, and poker face. The character Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada is supposedly inspired by her. No successor has been named yet, and Anna's not totally leaving. She's staying on as chief content officer at Condé Nast, the brand which owns the magazine.
There's more to love from Peanuts. Snoopy Presents, a summer musical on Apple TV Plus, brings us the gang at summer camp. We spoke with the special's executive producer, writer, and director.
Your first time at camp. I know you're gonna love it.
We wanted something that was gonna be recognizable, universal, and visually appealing to the audience. I think most younger generations have been to camp before. I was what's considered a camp dropout. I lasted a week, and my daughter was the same way. My daughter lasted 1 day at camp, and I had to pick her up. But I think camp was a good vehicle to drive us to the messaging, which is about saving stuff. When something goes away, it's gone away forever.
We're going to close the camp.
And I think what could be more universal than children losing the camp they've loved for year after year after year.
Well, I guess your generation would rather sit in front of the television than sit under the stars.
Yeah, I think I understand. I would rather sit in front of the TV.
What I'm hoping the takeaway from this is that it's a lot of noise. Don't let your stuff own you, go out, and there's more to life, and there's a whole world out there that you need to experience. And sitting under the stars out in the forest, you haven't seen stars until you do something like that. And a camp is a place where you can do that. And not only that, but that sort of collective consciousness of experiencing that with a bunch of people all at once is such an incredible emotional feeling to share.
They all seem to love this place.
That's because of all the wonderful things you can do here.
What will my dad think about this special? I never like to say what he would have thought about something because I can't get into his mind, obviously. But what I do always think is I hope that he would appreciate the work that went into these things. And I hope that he would appreciate the final product that came out of it. And me personally, the fun of working with something that he created across 3 generations now. You've got basically his comic strip, which is the Bible of what we use, and then myself getting to work with my son, who's a screenwriter, and his screenwriting partner is really something that I think none of us will ever forget in our lifetime. It's very special.
Something else pretty special? One of the biggest obsessions, Labubus. These are the weird, kinda cute little creatures that people carry around, keep in their house, or clip on their bags. I mean, one life-size Labubu toy sold for over $150,000 this summer. Then there's the Lafufus. There's also blind boxes where you don't even know which Labubu you're getting. They usually go for $20 to $30, but some are reselling for hundreds, even thousands if it's a rare one. They started in 2015, created by a Chinese artist, and originally Labubu was part of an illustrated story called The Monsters. And fun fact, the first Labubus were a crew of girl elves. There are apparently 100 different Labubus, but they didn't really pop off until 2019 when Chinese toy giant Pop Mart picked them up and they became the collectible to have. They've even been the center of crime scenes, like the $30,000 of stolen Labubus found in California this summer. But here's the thing. Labubus may be the talk of summer, but they're not the first collectible toy that people have gone crazy for.
I mean, let's give some respect to some of Labubu's plushie cousins. The Squishmallows that launched in 2017 took a hold of TikTok during the COVID-19 pandemic with the hashtag Squishmallows. The collaborations of them all, the Hello Kitty, the McDonald's Happy Meal, those were some of my favorites. Before Squishmallows walked, Jellycats ran. The British plushies were the gift to give newborns and kids in the early 2000s. The soft toys regained popularity during the pandemic as well, and now you can stop by a Jellycat diner. The early 2000s saw the release of Webkinz. Each cute animal has a unique code attached, which gives you access to Webkinz.com, where you can play games, build houses, and interact with other virtual versions of the small plushies. Of course, there are way more collectible plushies that have had their moments. Beanie Babies, Build-A-Bear, FAO Schwartz Bears, and plenty more. So, what new or revived plushies do you think will reign 2026? Let us know in the comments. I know you have an opinion, Will.
Well, I want to know what everybody likes most because these are some of my favorite plushies, and I might have a little bit of a problem, even though I don't have a Labubu yet. Are you gonna get a Labubu?
Yes, I'm getting a Lafufu during our lunch break if you'd like to come.
I think I would really like to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could afford the $150,000 one, but that
Absolutely
would be
not.
so cool.
That's why we're gonna go get a $25
That would be so
one.
cool. Maybe while we're out, we can find something that's like a mongoose. Do you think we can find a mongoose? Maybe that's what our video is this week. Well, either way, find out what the video is after this and be sure to click subscribe and like this and let me know which one of these is your favorite. This one's my favorite. It's a jelly cat and it's a pigeon and his name is Calvin Coolpage. So we'll see you next week.
Bye.